Today I was trying to work out why Transport for New South Wales chose this particular sign to represent the cycling diversion at the WestConnex Iron Cove Bridge site. And just by chance I found this very interesting page on the Transport for New South Wales website, this Roads and Maritimes thing, on traffic signs, and you can put in search terms. And so I'm going to put in the following search terms here and let's see what we come up with. So let's start with bicycle, and it's really good because what it shows you is all the available signs, the size, and it even has drawings for them. So you can see, we can scroll down here. Does anything here really fit what we'd want here? Because we're after a diversion, and a diversion is something out of the ordinary. You can see these are all, for a normal route because they're white background with a blue face or whatever. Have we got anything down here which is particularly useful? Well, I mean, there's a symbol here, and look, warning signs. Wouldn't a detour or a diversion warrant a warning sign? Is there anything here really for a diversion? No, but check out the size of them: 900 by 800, 600 by 600. Let's just flick back to this sign here. That does not meet the minimum size of any of these. I mean, look at this no stopping sign. It's much, it's minute in comparison. But if we could actually jump into one of these and have a look at this, say this 900 by, well, let's look at this one. Let's look at the sign plan. Oh, look at that. Fabulous. Done in CAD or something like that. And it actually comes in two sizes, 900 by 800, and then there's a much bigger version of 1200 by 1070. Whoa. Isn't this great? Okay, but I haven't seen anything yet which matches this particular sign, and I haven't seen anything which matches what's in the Austroad wayfinding proposal. And I think because although the cyclist wayfinding report was written back in 2015, obviously RMS, or what's now Transport for New South Wales, hasn't bothered to actually adopt any of those signs into this signage catalogue. So let's have a look for cycle, and yeah, we pretty much seem to get much the same as before. Well, now there's some motorcycle stuff in here perhaps. Look, it actually says some of these are no longer used. Okay, yep, very good. Well, that's a good one, cycle hazard. But again, you can see it's a yellow background with black, and look at the size, 1200 by 900. Again, that's an interesting point. Okay, let's look up cyclist. I just figured I couldn't spell cyclist in my little notepad thing. Again, 450 by 450, 750 by 600. Race, yeah, well, that's not really there. Okay, cyclist hazard, 300 by 300. Okay, so 300 by 300 seems to be about the smallest one we're going to find. In fact, look at that, there is a very small one. There's an intermediate, 450 by 450, 600 by 600, wow. And there's 750 by 750, so they're pretty sizable. I think what I might have to do is go back on site with my tape measure, or maybe we can look up this no stopping sign and try and estimate how big it is, because it's obviously slightly wider. Well, why don't we actually, let's type that in. What is the size for a no stopping sign? There we go, 225 by 300. Okay, that's nice and complicated, isn't it? They got any that are uncomplicated? Anyway, you can see what I mean. Every sign you could possibly want's in here. So let's have a look at detour. Right, floods, etc. Detour arrows. Okay, they're interesting ones. Detour chevron left and right. How big are these things? 850 by 450. Oh, 900 by 450. 850. Yep, they're quite sizable. They're a big sign. 850. Oh, it's just under a meter, isn't it? That'll be a pretty good size sign. And then we've got our, okay, temporary, okay, because this stuff up here, this is guidance, and then we come down to temporary. And what is the diversion at the Iron Cove Bridge? Well, it's temporary diversion, so maybe this stuff would be appropriate. And there is in fact some of this detour ahead signage used, and we can see, right, detour 1200 by 300. In fact, there's even a big example, 1800 by 450. But again, are we seeing any of this stuff? No. And as we're seeing, all the warning and temporary signage is yellow background with black. And in fact, this thing, you know, these all say detour. What is this? I mean, is this for the spring cycle, that this is the route you take? Is this what are those runners you see, the Hash House Harriers, you know, where they go out and they mark the pavement to say this is where the run is on Saturday? Is that what that's for? I mean, it doesn't really look like some kind of official Transport for New South Wales signage. What have we got? Last but not least, we've got diversion. Yeah, nothing. Did I spell that right? Diversion? No, nothing there. Okay. Well, look, you can see, you know, anyone can come along and search this site and pull down the sign plans and all the rest of it. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the really good yellow signage that's been suggested in the bicycle wayfinding guide hasn't made it in here. But on the other hand, from what I can see, neither is this. So look, you know, I would have thought the best signage to use in this case would be the wayfinding signage, because it's in sync with the signage we've just seen in terms of sizing and in terms of coloration. You know, this is just completely off the reservation. So I don't know why anyone would have selected you know, this design, and more so, I don't know why anyone would have approved it. Just beats the hell out of me. Now, the next video I'm going to do is going to cover the Traffic Control at Work Sites Technical Manual. This will probably take a day or two to put out because this is a pretty extensive manual. But in the back, it has a whole lot of sample traffic control plans like this one I've put up here, which clearly show what the traffic controller is supposed to be doing when planning a site or a detour around a work site. What signage has to go in, where it has to go in, and all that kind of stuff. And you can see here, just on this sample one, the codes for every single sign is listed, which direction it has to be in, blah blah blah. So anyway, that'll be you know, probably a 10-minute video coming out in the next couple of days. And of course, we'll be looking at how we came up with this terrible signage at Iron Cove when there is this excellent technical manual with all these great diagrams showing how it should be laid out.